Hi everyone, you've tuned into our Monday Wellbeings discussions. I'm your host, the tour guide, Jenna Kirisoa for August 22nd, 2022. At any point in time you're consuming this, I could genuinely only hope that you're doing well, and thanks for spending your valuable time with us. So we are going through the Juice Ladies Living Foods Revolutions. We are currently in chapter 5, and we're going to be discussing the detoxification process and how to really detox and cleanse your body and the reasons why and what actually detoxification looks like. So, yeah, let's just jump into it. So, three major talking points is going to be what is detoxification, the process, and the different organs that you really want to spend a lot of time trying to detox. So, due to population and a lot of the unhealthy patterns our normal bodies the normal body process gets overwhelmed. So we've got toxic substances, a mucus buildup, congestion, and it gets trapped in our tissues. So as our body attempts to protect they take the toxins and they enclose them into fat cells. Our body, that's an attempt for the body to protect itself, and these get stored in our body in different places. So the average adult, according to the book and her research, is about 5 to 10 pounds. The average person has about 5 to 10 pounds of accumulated toxic waste in their cells, in their tissue, and in their organs. So it's a very interesting buildup. These toxins, they weaken and congest our organs, and the systems of elimination get backed up, which leads often to many diseases, and in some circumstances, cancer. So the toxins, they can stem from environmental, sometimes it's just unhealthy food, internal byproduct of the metabolism called endotoxins, chemicals, pesticides, drug residue, heavy metals, all of these contributing factors, food additives, preservatives, products of digestion, yeast, fungus, and parasites. So all these together are what you consider toxins and what makes your body toxic. So if they're not removed, these toxins remain stored in the body, specifically in the fat cells, and they're also stored in the liver, the kidneys, the large and small intestines, and they can be distributed through the cells, tissues, and then going up into the brain, which can sometimes cause things such as brain fog or even emotional outbursts. So mood instability could be a response, or a negative response to toxins and chemicals in your body affecting you very negatively. So it was one of the reasons why, a side note, it has nothing to do with the book. It's a personal note for me. One of the reasons why when we talk about people who deal with mental illness, one of the things that I like to take into account after doing lots of research on healthy foods and the necessities of taking care of yourself is that simple fact that the toxins and the hormonal imbalances, some of it could be corrected, potentially, not all, but some of it could be corrected by changing your diet and getting healthier. So this is one of the reasons why we have our Monday well-beings discussions. We talk about mental and physical health, and these are the reasons why I have these discussions, to give you alternative information that you wouldn't ordinarily get. So continuing on though, we talked about the emotional outbursts from toxins in the brain, and then they're also toxins make us unable to fight off infections, causing joint and muscle pains. Toxic molecules called free radicals damage our cells, making it necessary for us to do a body cleanse or a detox. Also, very interesting and very important, worth noting, University of California, San Francisco, they did studies on women, pregnant women specifically, and the amount of toxins in their bodies. So with this research, it's one of these, it's been concluded that it's very beneficial to women who are trying to conceive to do a full body detox and removing as many heavy metals and pesticides and chemicals that shouldn't be there out of your system, because it will affect potential conception and also the baby. So on page 94, there's a quote, and it says, "When the organs and systems of elimination get behind in their work, the toxic sludge backs into all supporting systems, just as dirty water backs up in a stopped-up sink. First, the intestines build up mucus and putrefaction, causing nutrients not to be properly absorbed. Poisons are absorbed back into the bloodstream. The liver becomes overwhelmed, and congested stones may be formed. Sorry, I'm not doing too well with this. So, they may form in the blood, is not pure. It is not purified properly, so more toxins build up in the bloodstream. The filtration system in the kidneys works hard to excrete toxins in the urine, but it can become overwhelmed too, and then some waste gets recirculated. The skin, which is the largest organ in the body, and also in the process of elimination of waste, it may show signs of toxicity in rashes, pimples, or in other skin conditions. So let me try to slow down a little bit. I'm sorry about all the bumps in the road, but lots of information. So acidic pollutants collect in the cells, tissues, fluids, etc., making cellular metabolism inefficient, showing up as cellulite. It also clogs our sinuses, our lungs, and passages of lymphatic systems. So end result of toxic buildup is usually sickness, tired, body aches, lots of pain, muscle spasms, joint pains, weight gain, and eventually disease. So let's transition on to segment 2 and just get into it. So the detoxification process. So one of the things, though, very, very important is if you're on medication for specific things, definitely it's important to, consult your doctor, or do some more research. I am obviously not a medical doctor, just a layman here doing some research, trying to share information. I'm the tour guide. I'm just relaying information, what I've learned, personal experience, and lots of sources from varying places. So, definitely, if you have severe medical concerns, it's good to, if you're on medication, consult with the doctor or do more research. Here is just information. So, detoxification process. This is very, very crucial. So, if you didn't hear anything else I said in this entire post, please listen to this. The cleansing reactions to look out for. So as you do a detox, it's important to realize that if you've never done one before, if you have a history of consuming a lot of processed foods and fast food and never really considered a healthy diet ever, please realize that your body is going to have reactions to it. In an attempt to remove the toxins out of your body at a rapid pace, let's say one day you're like, I'm just going to start consuming a whole bunch of juice and raw fruits and vegetables and just purge on a whole bunch of raw vegetable juice. Completely out of the blue, your body is going to react and it's not going to feel good, and you're probably going to be like, this is not worth it. So let me tell you flat out, up front, truth, real story, fam. Your body's going to have to adjust and it's going to be uncomfortable. So these are some things to potentially look out for if this is new to you, and it's completely normal. After a few weeks, your body will adjust, and up to 3 months she recommends you'll notice significant improvements. But expect potentially cleansing reactions to look out for: bad breath, bloating, chills on extremities, constipation or diarrhea. You might have an elevated heart rate, fever, usually a low grade, flu-like symptoms, headache, hives or rash, hypotension or low blood sugar, increased joint or muscle pain, itching and scratching, nausea, swollen glands, unusual perspiration. So they recommend that you drink more water or possibly do a colon cleanse to help get some of this flushed out. So again, it's your body reacting if you aren't used to doing anything healthy at all, because I've heard people that, they don't like vegetables, which is understandable, but they want to try something new. Your body is going to be responsive, and in an attempt to get everything flushed out, all of the toxins, your body might have a response. So do not be surprised. Don't get worried. And this is another reason why they recommend that you talk to your doctor, tell them what you're doing up front so they know, hey, what's going on? Why are you, what's going on? You can tell them, I'm trying to do a detox, flush out the toxins from my body, and I'm having a negative reaction. So, and earlier in this book as well, she shares her testimony story. She expressed that she felt like crap for a few weeks, and then one day she just suddenly had all this energy. She just suddenly felt better. Myself, when I started taking more supplements and vitamins for preventative health, within a week, I got overwhelming amount of energy and I felt great. So people have different responses. It's just very, very interesting. But the benefits to detoxification is you get better health and sleep, your digestive tract is clear of mucus and congestion, you have fewer mood swings, improved digestion, improved skin, younger appearance, increased mental clarity, more creativity, reduced pain, purified blood, recolonization of good bacteria. You have reduced cravings of salty, sweet, sugary foods, less alcohol, cravings, less nicotine cravings, renewed joy and vitality, stronger immune system, and weight loss. So, personal experience, I can attest to all of those. One of the reasons why I continue doing these discussions and I come here with you guys and just share, these are some of my sources. Actually, I got this book after I experienced the changes, so it just really reaffirms and confirms what I've already, thankfully, happened in my life, personal experience. So this one is new to me, and I'm happy to share this one with you, which is the sauna detox. Never even knew what saunas were really for. I just knew, like, working out at the gym with my mom when I was younger, my sister, we would go sit in the sauna after our workout, or the steam room, and I didn't really know why we were in there, but we were in there. Anyway, so she says, or according to her research, which is Sherry Kalbbaum, the author of Juice Lady's Living Food Revolution, it says it helps remove the plastic toxins. And a quote on page 100, it says, "Some say that the only way to remove plastic toxins is by using a sauna. It's important to sweat to cleanse toxins out of the body." More interestingly enough, it says toxic chemicals and metals can be removed faster with the sauna than any other method. So, on pages 100 to 101, there's some steps to the detoxification process. These are just quick notes. I would encourage you, again, consult your doctor, get a copy of this book, or do more extensive research on your own for your own specific tailored detoxification process and sauna. So, again, just information. I'll say it throughout this entire video, that just quick little overview. Just take the information for what it's worth and do more research. So it says, if you're going to do a sauna detox, no more than 30 minutes, consume about 16 ounces of fresh squeezed vegetable juice or mineral water. You want to get the minerals in your system. So after your sauna experience, to drink more water, and to take a warm or cool shower, avoiding adding chemicals from your shampoos or your detergents or whatever you use to bathe yourself. Use a bath brush or a loofah to scrub off your skin, and then afterwards lie down for about 10 minutes, add Celtic salt or an emergency packet, which will help replace the lost minerals, potentially even if you got like Gatorade, things with electrolytes to help with hydration would probably be beneficial. To continue the process, so eat organic whole foods, get plenty of rest, up to 8 hours, You should do 30 minutes of gentle exercise a day and avoid reintroducing more toxic chemicals into your system. And also, very important, keep a positive attitude. It says, a proverb says that a merry heart is good medicine. So, a couple of tips for that type of detoxing. We'll continue on to segment 3, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the different types of organs that you can specifically detox. She gives a plethora of information, resources, recipes, lots and lots of supplements, minerals, fresh herbs, vitamins, different juices you can consume. And again, highly encourage you get a copy of the book and read it yourself. I just have a quick summary for you. So, different organs to detox. So, the intestines, the kidney, the liver, gallbladder cleanses. Okay, so the intestines first. Consuming cooked refined carbs, or cooked foods, refined carbs, candies, alcohol, recreational drugs, prescription medications, sodas, coffees, etc. It will stimulate mucus secretions throughout the, I think it's pronounced alimentary canal, which is a normal function. But it can cause a buildup in intestines with overconsumption. So the mucus and waste buildup, it makes it hard for your intestines to absorb nutrients. You get this like rubbery texture and like this plaque that builds up. And so most nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine, but if it's coated in the plaque or rubbery substance, the body is not receiving the proper nutrition. So one of the issues you have in your intestines is constipation. It's also a concern because it's leaving waste in your system longer. The longer exposure to putrefying foods causes a higher risk of developing diseases. So the longer the gases sit in there and this food is trying to break down and it's getting caught in your gut, that's where a lot of infections start, is in your bowels. And she goes into great detail about why it's so necessary to have regular movement, and you need to flush out this with fiber, soluble and insoluble fibers through the fresh vegetable juices, help clean out your system and get all that stuff flushed out, because a lot of diseases do start from that process. Things are recirculated, it gets pushed back into the bloodstream, and it's not good for you. So, kidneys. It performs important functions such as elimination of waste, excretion of urine, blood pressure regulation, a balance of the pH, acidic and alkaline balance of fluids, and electrolytes. So, symptoms of kidney congestion. So, there's blood in your urine, burning or pain during urination, cloudiness in the in the urine, cold sensations on the lower half of your body, dark circles under your eyes, frequent urination, especially at nighttime, and incontinence. So, going on to the liver. So, the body stores toxins in the liver, and it is damaged by parasites, by chemicals, by medications, alcohol, and viruses. So, the modern Western diet creates many of the issues of congestion and stones in their livers, which in turn causes problems and potentially high cholesterol. Did not realize. So she goes into a lot more detail about the cholesterol and what happens when there's lots of problems with your liver. It's very, very fascinating. But thankfully, there's lots of things in nature that will help remedy these issues. So, let's see. Modern diet, we already talked about that. So, food and nutrients to support liver. Artichokes are good. Beets, cucumber, garlic, spinach, squash, milk thistle, dandelion, turmeric, beet, and carrot juices. All very, very good and helpful for detoxing the liver. So the gallbladder. I didn't know much about the gallbladder, but reading this book I learned. And it says the liver makes bile and the gallbladder stores and concentrates it until the small intestine needs it. On page 115, direct quote, our Western diet of high-fat, fiber-depleted refined foods cause more gallstones or gallbladder congestion, which can trigger abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting. When the bile stagnates in the gallbladder, gallstones can form, leading to possible bacterial growth. This situation often generates gallbladder attacks, and there's a lot more information on that. So to prevent the attacks, it's important to detox the liver and the gallbladder, or utilizing curcumin, which stimulates gallbladders to release biles. Curcumin is an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, in helping to prevent infections. So, that will wrap it up for our Chapter 5 discussion, the living foods for detoxification, the Juice Ladies Living Foods Revolution by Sherry Kalbaum. Again, I'll say it a million times, encourage you to get a copy of the book, or at least, follow her on Instagram, get some tips and some recipes, do some more research, definitely talk to your doctor and talk to them about the process and what to expect. And also, don't be surprised if your body has a reaction, because a lot of changes, it's going to be like your body's in this mode to flush all the toxins out, and you might have a reaction. So thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your host, the tour guide, Dana Kirasawa. At any point in time you're consuming this content, I can only hope you're doing well. And as always, thank you, and God's peace.